Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the today's video, we are going to create complete login and the registration module by make use of Java, Servlet and the JSP. So first of all, in the Eclipse IDE, let me show you the first of all the demo of the project that we are going to create, and then we will be going to create the complete project again. So as you can see, I have opened my Eclipse IDE here, and I'm going to run that very first page of our project, as you can see, which is the register.jsp page. Just right click on that page and click on run on the server. When I do that, I have to select the Apache Tomcat server as a runtime environment. Click on enter, and as you can see, our project is going to be run into the browser. As you can see, into the Chrome browser is going to be open, and as you can see, the registration form is going to be you can see that is going to be open here. So I am going to add some normal details, as you can see, very simple details, and see very simple password also, and click on register button. When I do that, as you can see, the message is that your data is inserted successfully. So in this way we have registered the our details into the system. So how do we verify that? You have to, if you want to verify that, you have to go to login.jsp page, and you have to log in with that details which you have previously registered to the system. admin@gmail.com is the email, and the password was, and when I click on login, so when all the details are correct, then it will be redirected to homepage of the website, that is index.jsp page. As you can see, this is the home page. As you can see, the home page is going to be open. So what happen if the details are wrong? Suppose details are wrong, then it says that login failed. This module we are going to create again. As you can see, let me open the Eclipse IDE and let's create that again. Okay guys, now I'm going to create the new project. So to do that, you have to select the file, click on new and dynamic web project. By clicking on that, give the project name as, suppose, user register program, and you can see that target runtime is selected, Apache Tomcat. Click on next, and here you can see that this is a very important window. You have to check that checkbox which is generate web.xml deployment descriptor. This is very important for the deployment of the servlet. So click on finish and our project will be created. So as you can see, our project is created, user register program. Now let me create the our first registration form. To do that, you have to right click on your project, click on new and click on JSP file, and into that you have to give the name to that file as register.jsp. Click on next and click on finish. So as you can see, registration registration page is going to appear here. You give the name to that, and here you can see that what we require is a registration form which is going to accept the username, email ID and password into the two fields, that is confirm password and enter password. Okay, so that for that purpose we require 4 input fields. So let me take the form, and into that we are going to take the input from the user. As you can see, into the checkbox, into the text box, input type text. Write that code here. As you can see, so now So you can see that I have taken the one input field, as you can see, which is the text. Let's give the name to that name attribute also. So this is the username, so I am going to write the name equal to username. And also we require another input fields for the email, password and confirm password. Let me take that. So let me take that. Okay, so here you have to accept the email, enter email. Here you have to accept the enter password, and here you have to accept confirm password. Confirm password. Now we are going to use the input type password field, input type password field, for the purpose of accepting password from the user. Okay, now as you can see, just change the placeholder also. Here you can see that enter email and enter password also. And also you can see that we require the two buttons also to click on that. By clicking on that button, so just create the two buttons also, which is input type equal to submit button. We require one submit button, and also we require cancel button also, which is this reset button. Input type equal to reset. Let give it value as cancel, and for this give value as register. Okay, now our simple form is going to be created successfully. Let we try to run this page and let we see how it looks, and then we will be proceed. So as you know, to run this program you have to right click on the file and click on run as, run on the server. Yes, restart the server. Now you can see Chrome browser will open and our form will be appear, which we have created. So just wait for some time and our form will be appear into the Chrome browser. So as you can see, the registration form which we have created, this is appeared here. But guys, it not looks like our demo form. So to make it like this, I am going to use the Bootstrap framework, and I quickly change the style of that form, and then we will be back. So here I have modified this, as you can see. Let me run this program and then I will be explaining you. So by running this or by modifying this program, I am going to show you how the registration form will be appear. As you can see, by modifying it with the Bootstrap framework, as you can see, our registration form will look like this. So what I have done that, as you can see, I have just added the Bootstrap framework to our website, and you can see that taken the container class and 6 column structure to our form. And as you can see, I have in this thing, the main thing is that, as you can see, I have given the name attribute to the input fields, input types. As you can see, the first input type here, you can see that, which is input type text, and which name is username. Another one is input type email in this, and you can see that I have given the name as email, and you can see similarly for a password password pass1 and for the password 2 pass2 I have given. So in this way our registration form design is going to be completed. Now in the similar way I am going to create the login frame also. So how to do that, let me check. So to do that you have to right click on your project and click on new and click on JSP file and give the name to that file as login.jsp. click on next and click on finish. As same as registration register.jsp, we require all that things, but we except the here we require only two field, that is email ID and the password. So I am quickly going to do that. In the login form, as you can see, we just require email ID. As you can see, we don't require this username, email ID and the password. So rest of things will we not require. As you can see, we require just only email and the password, where email name, email input name is email and password input name is pass1. So now let I going to run this form also. Just right click on that, click on run as, run on the server. So when I do that, you can see that the login form is going to be appear here, and as you can see below the login form I have write the text, that is not yet registered. So and I have given the link which navigate through registration form, and into the registration form you can see that I have given the link to the login form. So you can navigate, you can toggle through registration and the login form. So now we have completely created the design of our program. Now I am going to explain you what exactly servlet or backend coding going to be done. Now you can see that I am going to create the registration servlet. Now we require the Java here. So the data which we are going to accept from this registration form, that data we have to send to, you can see that the database server. So just you have to right click on your project, click on new and click on new package, give the name to that package as suppose com.servlet package, com.servlet, and right click on that package. Here you can see that, click on new and click on new class and give the name of that class as register servlet, because it is the register servlet, and click on finish. So now here you have to write the code for the servlet. The class which we have given is extend the HTTP servlet, and there are the methods like the get, post method and the post methods, as you can see. So there are the two methods by accepting the data from the HTML form to the servlet. The first method is, you can see that, get method, and second method is post method. And in this case we are going to use the post method. To get the data by the post method, we require the method like do post method. So I am going to quickly write that method. What is that method? Which is public void do post method is that, and that method take the parameter of HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet request, object of HTTP servlet request, and HTTP servlet response object. Just import some things, as you can see here. Now in this method you have to, so outside the method also you can create the variables for accepting the details. For example, I am going to accept the username here. To accept the username, I am going to create the variable like user, and to accept the email and password 1, password 2. So we have created the variables to accept the details. Now how you can accept that method? We can accept that method by the request parameter, as you can see, which we have that is accept the parameter by method called as get parameter method. And as you can see, let me write that code, then you can understand. User equal to request dot get parameter method, and into the parameter value you have to write the name of the you can see that you have to write the name of that input field which you have given into the HTML form. As you can see here, I have given the name to that input field as username, so I have to write that here into that user name. Similarly, I am going to accept email ID and password 1 and password 2 also. Password 1, password 2. So I have given the name as email, and here I have given name into the HTML file as a pass1 and pass2. So I have created, as you can see, I have created the variables and accepted the data from the HTML form to our servlet. So one thing is rest here, as you can see, what type of the content we are going to deliver, which is HTML content. So that therefore we have to write response dot set content type as a text slash HTML, and here you can see that now by this you can see that by doing this program we have accepted the details, that is we have accepted the username, email, password from the user to our servlet. But now we have to display that onto the browser. To display that onto the browser, you have to create the object of printWriter class, instance of printWriter class response dot get writer, and this throws an exception named as you can see IO exception. And here you can see that now I want to write the content onto the web browser by make use of that parameter, that is out parameter which I have created, out.println, and here I am going to write user. Now our servlet is going to be completed, but it will not work. Why it will not work? It will not work because we don't have registered this servlet yet. That is, we don't have registered the servlet that is into the web.xml deployment descriptor. To deploy this servlet, we have to register it to the web.xml file, and that file is in you can see that into the src folder, main, web app and web.inf. Into the web.inf folder you will get the web.xml file, and into that web.xml file you have to register our servlet into the this web app tags. As you can see, here you have to write the servlet definition by make use of servlet and servlet mapping tags, servlet and servlet mapping tags. And into the servlet you have to write the two another tags which are servlet name and servlet class, that is in which class you have declared the servlet class. And into the servlet mapping there is a you can see that there is tag is servlet name and url pattern, So now let me show you what is the servlet name. Servlet name is any name which you have to give to that servlet, that is you can recognize this this servlet is going to, this class is going to use for this servlet. So suppose I am going to give name as login servlet, I am going to give the name, and here into the servlet class tag you have to write the complete definition of the class, that is with a package name of, as you can see, name of the class in which you have created the servlet, that is register servlet is the class name, and which is on the which is in the com.servlet package. So now here you have to write com.servlet.register servlet. So I am going to write that into the servlet class tag. Okay, I have written that. Now into the servlet mapping tag you have to write the servlet name again, which I given login servlet, and into the url pattern you have to write the url, that is you have to write before writing the url pattern you have to write the some inputs. As you can see here, action attribute into the registration form. As you can see here, here there is an action attribute into the form which I have write like that, register, and method I have given is a post method. So as we are accepting the data securely, that is therefore I am going to use the post method, and action means I am going to write like that, register. So I have write here register. So into the url pattern I have to write slash register, so that my that is servlet is going to be deployed successfully. Slash register I have written, that is it is a url pattern that you have to write. Now I have successfully deployed our servlet, that is register servlet. So if all things are correctly coded, then our servlet will be run, and you can see that the our username which we are going to access from the HTML form it will be displayed onto the browser. Let we see whether our program is going to be right or not. So right click on this, click on run as, run on the server. You have to restart the server now. Let's see what happened. It is going to run into the browser if all things are rightly coded. Let's see. Yes sir, Tomcat server is started and our browser is, yes, you can see that our register.jsp file is going to be loaded here. Now I am going to add the data, simple data, as you can see here. Now I am going to register. So yes, as you can see here, you can see that yes guys, this ARP servlet is going to be run successfully. As you can see, as I have mentioned here into this code, into the register servlet code, the print out.println user, that is user which that is the name which we have accepted from the HTML form. This says that our servlet is going to be properly worked. So as you can see, similarly you can print all that email ID and password also by make use of this servlet, email and password 1. Just refresh that. You can see that our another data is also going to be printed onto the browser, that is our servlet program is going to be successfully coded. So that's it about this video, and in the next video we will be try to send this data which we have accepted from this servlet, this form, register form, that we are going to send it to the database, and in this case I am going to use the MySQL database for that purpose. So let's meet in the next part of this video. Till there, do subscribe to Code with Wiki. Thank you so much.